All right, here we go. Let's start to disassemble this, and then we go get the part. Like most people say, if you don't have one of these, you need to get one. And then the original equipment that most Floridians need, right here. Here we go. You got the scented candle going to keep the mosquitoes out, and then you got the fan for the directional setup. Here we go, mosquito free. All right, let's get into it. I want to preface this video because I'm gonna chop this video up in a bunch of segments so that you'll know the order to go in and things I learned throughout the disassemble and replacing everything back. Now this part that you guys see right here is the bracket portion of it. I'm going to show you a video here in a minute, and that way you can see what the actual bracket looks like. Wiggle it back and forth because it's holding the mount right in here. So just wiggle it back and forth. Alright, I've taken out the footrest. So bam, bam. I forgot to tell you. Foot pegs. Well, the footrest was on 9/16. And on the back of this one, you need just a regular wrench. I use the ratchet out here and the regular wrench to get the bolt from the back side. So next up is my reservoir right here. I already took one out. I take the second one out. You just mainly got to get this bracket out of the way so the actual engine mount can slide out. Now we just got to get this out of here. Let's see what that is. And it is a, what, 5/8? 5/8. Let's keep it moving. I'll show you this too. What I did was, I took this screw off of my lower fairing and just pushed the fairing back just enough so that the master cylinder can slip up and elevate itself. So that's where we are right now. It took me 15 minutes to get that to pop off, so make sure you are patient. Once you get that popped off, then we're going to proceed to the 3 bolts to keep the bracket on. Hopefully we can pull this screw out. The bracket falls off, and we're moving. Let me tell you this. When it's in there like this, you gotta wiggle it back and forth because it's holding the mount right in here. So just wiggle it back and forth if it doesn't come out. And I don't know if this is harmful to the brake line, but the brake line is here. And when you pull this out, it kind of goes, it has a little give to it. So it is what it is. Now that you have the bracket off, you're gonna have to secure that reservoir up higher. So we took the bolt out of the lower fairing, and now what we're going to do is set the reservoir on top of the lower fairing, and that way it'll raise it up high enough to clear the motor mount. Like I said, when I watched the other guy's video and he had his motor mount in here, it seemed to be, his was like falling down to this portion, my left down to the left, but this one seems fairly even within the circle. But I don't really see nothing that is like really jarring about it. So I don't know. I'm a little iffy as to whether this is necessary. But we're just gonna keep plucking away, see if we can find out if this is the problem. This is the part that I pulled out yesterday from the motor mount on the right side. It's a whole bracket. You got to take off the footrest and the manifold, so a master cylinder for the rear brake. But I took it off. It looked really bad and started peeling. The powder coat started coming off of it, so I just sprayed it with some regular spray. Matter of fact, here it is. And that's what I did. So I just sprayed that up. Hopefully that'll slow down the rusting, but we'll see. But now I'm fixing to take it, put it back on. And I want to make sure I tell you this part right here, I didn't mean to spray. but I did. But I'm also going to put some grease in there so it can be kind of lubed up, so when you're pressing that rear brake, it seems to be smooth. I'm not going to clean that off because I don't think that's a major component as to whether it's going to work properly or not, but I'll put some grease on it so it'll be smooth when I'm applying the brake. Alright, let's move on to the next phase. Guys, this is very difficult, so I hope you appreciate this. So you got that motor mount, that screw, the other screw, and then the motor mount there. Also on the top of the engine, you have 2 bolts, 9/16, that you'll need to hold as you take the ones off the bottom of the engine. You got to put a piece of wood under your oil pan so it holds the bike up just slightly so you can slide it out. Ooh, there it is. I had to come back and show y'all, man. You know, here we go. Look at that mount. Watch the mount go down. You see that? And now watch this. I'm going to jack it up. Right there we go. That's good. Let me tell you some things that I utilize to get this thing out. All right, here we go. You got to use your imagination. All right, it sits in there like this, right? When you pull it down, I was like, oh crap, I did something wrong. When you pull it down, there's going to be this little cap in the top of it. And what I imagine that does is, when you put that in, it resets in the bottom of the motor. So this goes on your left side, this little piece. So, as I was trying to pull it out, I was pulling from this end, trying to pull it out. But remember, it has a little cup around it on the side, on both sides. So what I did to get it out was, I took my extension and put it up against the right side, the back side of the mount. And then I got a rubber mallet and bumped it out till it came out. And then once you get it to come out of that little cup on the left side, you can kind of finagle it to get out from there. Now that I have it out, there is, like I said on the video that I watched prior to this, on his, this had moved a little bit. And this one is in good condition. I don't see nothing really wrong with it. And like I said, I got roughly 85,000 miles. And also on the left side mount, I don't really see anything wrong with it. The only thing I do see is this portion. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the rubber has come off of it, and it looks like it has some metal contact here, and it also looks like it's been shaved down. So I am hoping that that noise that I get, it comes from this. So what I'm going to do is go to Harley, get some motor mounts, and then we'll go from there. The difference is the Harley ones are roughly $92 a piece each, not a set, each. And the ones that are the what are they drag specialty is $50. So you could get 2 of these drag specialty for $100, or better yet, you can go to Harley and pay close to $200 for 2 of these, because they're $90 a piece. So only reason why I'm doing that is because I got relatives coming in this weekend and I want to ride alongside them, and I got to get the piece. So we'll do what we got to do. Just give me some time to get this taken apart, and then I'll come back and show you guys how I got the mounts off of this. I put that motor mount bracket inside this vise, and you got to take out the hex on the ends, on both ends. Hex is what is it? This is 3/8. So we're gonna take these out real quick. All right, we're back with day 2. Day 2, different day, same clothes. Anyways, I went to Harley, and this is very interesting. I went to Harley, and I got the replacements, which are here. I called 5 different places, and they said that these things were roughly $95 a piece. So, like I said, I went to Harley, and the guy's like, hey, I got you two right here, and they're $95. So I was thinking, and I didn't say anything to him, but I thought they were 95 a piece. So I ran. All right, guys, we got to put these. We got to put the mount inside the bracket. So it did not call for any Loctite on these. But what I found was a lot of times when you put this Loctite on here, it stops the rust. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it on the portion of the threads where it's rusty, and then we'll go from there. And that's what I've been doing just about to everything. That way I know it won't rust, and then I'll put a little bit of Loctite on the portion that's gonna go into the bracket. So like I say, man, it's your bike. You can do what you want to do, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to make things easier for me going forward. But I'm putting some on here anyways, just for giggles. Let's put some on there for giggles. I don't know what Loctite you use, but I like this gel. It's just not as messy. And then I'll probably do like half of the bolt. That's my preference. I don't rub it on all of them. Try to get all that stuff off of there. There you go. So we greased up at the bottoms, and we got a little bit of Loctite on there. So now we'll go ahead and put these in there. All right, we got our bumpers. It says they're oriented in a manner in which it's supposed to be, but it comes like this anyways. So it's not like you have anything in particular. So all you got to do is line up the bump like so. And then a lot of people, sometimes you think like they're not straight when you look at them and they're on the bike, but they come like this. So they're not necessarily straight within that circle. So just be cognitive of that. All right, the book calls for 40 to 50 foot-pounds. So that's what we're gonna do. And then it says, put it in there hand tight initially. Grab my hex. My hex head, remember it is a 3/8. And we go for 45 foot-pounds. Got those torqued in there at 45. And that's good to go. Hey, I forgot to tell y'all. Remember this little piece here? Goes in this notch. And FYI, when you guys go to put this these bolts back into the mount, remember you got to lift that the mounting bracket, the engine mount bracket up so it'll match the parallel of the parallel. Hold on. Yeah, got to match the parallel of the actual engine. So just be mindful of that, because I was pushing it in there and I thought it wasn't lining up, and then I got to thinking it should be, but then once I turned it, it went in fine. We got the torque wrench out. These two bottom bolts are supposed to be at 36 to 40 foot-pound. Now I gotta put it back together. As I said, I took that piece and I greased it up, put me some multi-purpose grease on there, so that way my rear brake can slide back on there nice and smooth. What I did too off camera. I did this yesterday, but I put all the screws because the screws felt like they were like really tight coming in here. I'm pretty sure because you know, you got water and everything coming inside those holes throughout the life of the bike. But anyways, I took the same screws and ran them back in there and made them smooth. And then, like I said, I put some anti-seize on them so that they wouldn't like rust up on me anyway. So put this on here. I guess so. Book says to torque these three down to 42 to 48 foot-pounds, and I torque these down to 45 foot-pounds. Still got our O-ring on there. I'll secure this master cylinder on there. Oh, look, it says that the master cylinder is Newton meters, and it should be from 126 to 150. I'm gonna put it at 130, 132. See how this goes. And then they say this bolt on here is 15 to 20 foot-pounds. So we're gonna crank the bike up and see where we are and see if our problem has been resolved or if it hasn't or not. So it is what it is, and we'll just keep it moving. We know we just eliminated this possibly out of the book as to whether this is the problem or not. So we'll see. Give me a minute. Alright, we're back. And I don't know, man. It rides great. It's just that noise. I don't hear that noise in traffic. I don't hear it anywhere else but here. So I don't know. Maybe we just rock it out till it does what it's gonna do, and we'll see where we go from there. But I don't know what to tell you, man. I just feel like that noise is still prevalent, and it's either gonna make it or break it.